10% on the day. That's what TQQQ is up, including after market hours. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions, and I played it safe and I sold super early. I wanted to take today, talk about specific things of what is being factored into the market, why is the market going up, the why, of course, something that we all need to know, and as well as point out an area of opportunity of what I could have done better. I have gotten in this habit of not being afraid to lock in profit at around 28 to 28.50 because of how bearish the market has been. As we've noticed, the market has been making lower lows and lower highs, and we were approaching the EMA on the day chart. And I ended up selling most of my position before TQQQ even hit $28. It gapped up another dollar, including extended hours. I made 24K. I am not in a position to complain. That's not what I'm going to be here to do. But one of the things that I love to do and I need to do every single time is anytime that I have a green day, I always try to look back and ask myself what I could have done better. I sold super early. I shared it with my Learn Plan Profit group and I explained to them why. My job was not to be a perfect trader. My job is to exit when I think that the market is too overbought and or too risky. Netflix was about to report earnings. It actually ended up beating expectation. I'll talk about that in a bit. And also Tesla reports earnings. Tesla is a tech giant. So because of its market cap, if Tesla sells off, then it could also cause the overall market to sell off. When having 15,000 shares of TQQQ, that's a lot of money to me. And I will not be able to tolerate a significant pullback if it were to pull back, right? And that's the thing that I always try to preach is put yourself in a position in which you can tolerate. So I decided to sell early. Obviously, the overall market just continued to remain bullish, not only with the earnings that were reported pre-market, but leading into extended hours, just Netflix blowing its earnings out of the water. Their subscriber loss in Asia was not as worse than expected. And then they also talked about implementing ads early 2023. So their guidance was good. It wasn't just their earnings that they beat expectation. No, their earnings and their guidance was good, and the guidance is a big part of it. And that's kind of what I'm taking into consideration for tomorrow. Today there was a big area of opportunity for myself where maybe I could have kept a little bit more money in TQQQ as it was going up. And at a break of pattern, I could have, reduced my position size and or have closed it out. But I just got in this habit of reducing because of how aggressive these pullbacks would be. And I still reduce it. I still want to stay cash just in case it does pull on back. I can revisit the idea of entering at a lower price. If it continues to go up and it begins to trade above $30 a share, then I will revisit the idea of re-entering TQQQ. Again, my job is never to be perfect. Your job is never to be perfect. It is great to celebrate these wins. I'm very grateful for the $24,000 today. It's not an average day for me. If you would have asked me 7 years ago that I would have made $24,000 in a day, it's mind-boggling. It would have been something that I could not make sense of. So I am not here to complain about my day. I just always want to use myself as an example to remind you that even on your green days, I'm sure that there is always something that we can do better. And second, one green day and or a nice little rally does not define a market recovery. Do not celebrate too much where your head gets clouded in the sense that you begin to then think and trade emotionally instead of logically. You need to stay effective. We're still very oversold. The Fed still have to raise interest rates. By the end of the week, only 19% of stocks will have reported earnings. There's a lot of uncertainty. This isn't to instill fear in you. It's to remind you that your job is to stay level-headed, not just on your green days, but on your red days. We have this saying within my Learn Plan Profit group. I made sure that I used today as an example because it's a very, very, very green day. A lot of people made a lot of money today within our group. But I like to bring people back to earth, keep them level-headed, and I like to remind them, do not judge a trader based off of his character on a green day, but how he carries himself on a red day. It's easy to win when you do. It's easy to gloat when you win. There's nothing wrong with celebrating, but there's a difference from thinking that that's all you're going to do. Loss is inevitable in the stock market. Your job isn't to avoid risk. Your job is to manage it. So please look back on your green day and ask yourself, what could you have done better? And what are you doing in effort to prepare for the next couple of days as Tesla, as Twitter, as American Airlines begins and reports earnings? Are you prepared? Can the market skyrocket? Can the market crash? Have you taken those scenarios into consideration? A very simple question to ask yourself. Tesla did extremely well today, trading at 736. I reduced my position size a little bit from at about $140,000 in Tesla. I just reduced it to 100,000. Again, I want to put myself in a position in which I can tolerate. Some of you might be saying, "Oh, Ricky, you're scared." You can say whatever you want, right? My job is to think about worst case scenario, because if the past 7 months has taught me anything, is that you can never be too certain. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I want to step on the gas on Tesla. But I want the uncertainty to no longer be there. And I don't mind buying at higher levels as long as direction is in my favor. And that's what I'm most excited about. Reminder, I will be live streaming Tesla's earnings report tomorrow. Again, it's not just its earnings that it's important, but its future guidance. Very excited to follow up. Make sure that if you guys want to tune on in to that live stream, that you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on your post notifications. If you guys have any questions, if you're an absolute beginner and you want to ask me, feel free to message me via Discord. I respond to all of my direct messages within 24 hours, especially if you're just getting started and you have a simple question that you can't find the answer to on Google. Send me a direct message. It's the first link in the description of this video, and I'm looking forward to connect. If you guys want to be able to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, you guys know how to do so. It's my Learn Plan Profit group, and they are the only group that I work with on a closer basis. So this morning, they're the only group that get to see me enter, exit, share my thought process every single morning. And if that is something that would be of value for you, click that second link down below. The last thing that I do want to remind you is the fourth link. It's at shoptechbuds.com. For the TechBuds Staycation, we're selecting 3 winners, and we just added a new day trader mousepad that if you follow me on Instagram, you should be able to see it. So this mousepad will earn you a total of 250 automatic entries towards the Staycation giveaway. And again, this is the fourth link down below to learn a little bit more, and also pick up any of your trading gear. That's at shoptechbuds.com. I really do appreciate you guys' time. I'll see you tomorrow for our live trading session. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.